As a wise non-jack-o'-lantern once said, "Happy Halloween, all you creepy crawlies."
Happy Halloween, my little ghoul.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today it is Halloween. It's the best time of the year. I'm not wrong. If you say otherwise, you are wrong, because in fact spooky season is the best time of year. So, since it is Halloween day, if I get this out on time, I thought that I would play a spooky game. Now, there's a lot of spooky Halloween games I would like to play. I wanted to play Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and chat about the movie. I just saw it this past weekend. Long story short, I loved it. Yeah, that's a video that's going to be coming out though. I'm going to chat a little bit about the movie, play Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But for today, I thought we'd play Love Sam, because I thought it'd be a good little spooky game to celebrate today. So, let's just get into it. Let me start a new game. Oh. Alrighty. We are waking up. Oh, what? Okay, I can't jump, I can't crouch. What is this? A little heart? Did I draw that? Did I draw a heart because I'm Sam and I love me? It is January 2010. What I got in here? Wow, this is sad. Close your blinds, babe. Oh, I have no reflection. I'm a freaking vampire. My dirty little secrets. Is this like the burn book of this universe? The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. There came a knock at the door. I've never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems to be a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all these years, I just can't forget about what used to be the light of my life. I know, overdramatic much. So she's a stalker. You do you, girl. Listen. Knowing Brian Colmer as much as I did, bound to leave that big chunk of residue. Let's just say this diary is what's left of our relationship. Ooh, it didn't end good. 3 years, no, 3 years have passed, and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me. I look like a mummified corpse. What would B say if he saw me again? B left Rosen Peak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I could only rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it was the same for him too. I mean, when you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain. So no matter how much B changes, I will always know it's him. But will B do the same for me? I love B, but he was not the most likely person to remember stuff. It's been 3 years, so it's possible he did forget about me, or am I giving him too little credit? So, here comes the big question. Will he remember me? Girl, he ain't gonna remember you. Oh, do I have a pencil? There's my pencil. Will he remember me? Girl, he is not gonna remember you. Who am I kidding? Like any of it matters now. Brian is a great guy and all, but after all this time, I can't be sure of anything. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough to him. Enough to make him cherish even the darkest ones. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. It used to be my favorite place, naturally because it was B's favorite place to begin with. If there were two things that were too good for Rosen Peak, it would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Home of the best pancakes in the world. Things were so much easier back then. B would just go, "Hey," and I'd be like, "Hi." Nothing but hanging out after that, with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Will he remember my voice? Will he say, "Hey," to me again? Did time already ruin our moments? Well, oh, girl, where did that come from? Hello? Hello? Hello, hello? I wanted to record a message to you to help you get settled in on your first... okay then. Girl, you seem like you a little too obsessed. Was this whole thing one-sided? That's what I'm getting from it. Did he even know you existed? I just wanted to say hello every time I called him. What I want to do and can do are two different things. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of the phone was satisfying too, in a way though. He was so eager to know who was calling him in the middle of the night. Girl, not the middle of the night. I wish I could sneak into people's minds, look beyond their eyes just by staring. I knew that would happen. Oh, August 21st, 2006. That as a debut outfit. I admire your confidence, Sam. And with that, my whole high school years were probably over. First day of new school, and the new girl in town got classified as undesirable by what seemed to be the queen of Wayrite Academy. I spent the last night telling myself, confidence, Sam, confidence, but looks like I should have spent that time picking better clothes. I try not to care too much about blending in, but these kids already look at me like I'm a candy handed out by strangers. The package seems fine, but you know there's something fishy in there. Judging from their whispers, I could figure out they don't know Wayrite even accepted transfers. It's been less than 24 hours since I moved to Rosen Peak, and I already enjoy sitting alone in my dorm room more than attempt socializing with people who call me a city girl. Well, screw you two hillbillies. Besides, I decided not to force myself into making friends after how many old friends decided to turn on me. I just hope these guys leave me alone at least. Keeping a diary sure can help keep things together in all the chaos. I haven't kept a diary since kindergarten. This seems like a good time to restart. Kudos to Mom for giving me the advice. Oh, shoot, almost forgot. Calling her. Write you later, diary. My only true friend. Love, Sam. Am I playing as Sam or am I playing as Brian? Well, I'm assuming this is Sam, because why would Brian have her diary? Also, there's blood. Is that a heart? Yeah, life in Rosen Peak was a jar filled with bittersweet candies. Not exactly tasteful, but I learned to enjoy it. Nevertheless, it's where my heart lies. Oh, nevertheless lies. Excuse me. Wrote a poem in B's memory. He used to struggle with Miss Lasley's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. Miss Lasley always told us, poetry is not about using fancy words. Let your feelings do all the work. Well, this is how I feel. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. But before his spirit can soar, first he must answer the door. Door knock? Knock knock. Alrighty. Who's there? Hello, hello? August 22nd, 2006. Stacy is a classic. FYI, she's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama. Blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. I didn't want to start talking bad about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view triggered an obvious backbite. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stopped talking about someone else. Sadly, coping with her wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here in Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated face she made when I told her that my application was accepted by Wayrite. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of an 11th grader. Even if she told me she understands my need to move out of the city, I really feel guilty for leaving her alone, even if it's Dad's fault our family's torn apart like this. You already used up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get yourself together. If not for you, for Mom. Other Wayrite kids were so predictable. Their doors were already opened even before I put my hand on the knob. But B's door was closed shut, and so beautifully painted. Everyone liked him, but couldn't get him to open up. I knew there was something more behind that pretty paint, something behind his bright smile. That's a terrifying picture. But on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me. Enough to make me want to never leave his side. Ever. Okay, what's gonna happen? Someone getting closer? Hey. Well, the lights turned off. Okay, I guess I don't need a light. I'm just gonna sit here in the dark then. August 26th, 2006. My first Rosen Peak weekend. As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for a mysterious horror genre. Lush forests, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. I could pay a visit to the lake one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just gonna leave those POI on my to-do list, which is already filled with a crazy amount of homework. I now know why youngsters of Wayrite will try their best to get as far away from school as possible after class to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others make use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded parts of town. It does feel too quiet with no one left in school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch everyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some kind of demon spawn. At least I don't have to be reminded of how messed up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be so easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard. So, I wonder how I should spend this afternoon. Write you later. Love, Sam. B was always pushing his limits. Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally became the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. So, she's in high school, but she's at like a away high school with dorms and everything. I mean, that's cool. You do you, girly pop. B was the best quarterback Wainwright could ask for. Seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me. Something that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let go. All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped restlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache, a good kind of bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop. As soon as B gave me that, hey, all those headaches were washed away. It used to be the best prescription I could ask for. Hell, take away the pain and let only the good things stay. Hey. Oh, hello. August 31st, 2006. For boarding school, Wainwright intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. I visited the library for Miss Lasley's book assignment today, and 2 things surprised me. 1, the place was much bigger than the one in my old school. Someone could get lost in here. 2, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe because they feared being lost in there. The place was too clean. Even the book showed little signs of human touch. I wonder if Stacy's even thinking of picking a book, with her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoo all day. I doubt she has spare time to do that. Is she depending on Kyle to do the reading for her? Seriously? According to what I saw so far, he's either busy reacting to whatever's coming out of Stacy's mouth, or working up some shenanigans with his jock buddy, Brian, was it? So, yeah, right. In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. Take away the pain and let only the good things stay. Open those eyes, no need for words, the sweetest love songs those eyes utter. So turn around and sing for me. Oh. Ma'am? Ma'am? Who is you? Oh, a stick. I miss him even when I'm with him. I see him even when he's not looking. September 4th, 2006. Visited the library again. A bit more people than before, and among them was Brian. Not worth a bother, but seeing a meanie's boyfriend's bud wandering around in a library is uncanny by anyone's standards. He must have been there to pick the books for Miss Lasley's assignment. I almost got too close to him trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as a regular geek than a creepy one. Woe is me, hate to admit, but seeing Brian at the library was today's only diary-worthy event. Probably because it's the only human interaction that didn't give me the sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad bit more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my books. I need to revise my book options for now. Write you later. Love, Sam. And one day he will start looking for me too. Only to realize I was with him the whole time, like a boogeyman under a sleeping child's bed. Oh, something's gonna pop out. Never mind. Do I need a flashlight? Oh, I need the stick. Why'd you leave it under your bed? September 7th, 2006. It was Mr. Kane's 9th psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time, he gave each of us a mask and made us express our personalities by drawing on it. Again, this was psychology class. The last thing I want to do right now is open up to others, so for the next 30 cringy minutes, I managed to create one of the most basic personality masks one can imagine. If my mask were a cover letter, it would start with, I am a people person. But it's not the dumb exercise that's bugging me right now. When the masks were being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kinda smiled at me. Girl, don't be delulu. Don't be delusional. It's 11 p.m. now, why am I writing about this? It's most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why that very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. Okay, the rest of the day. Stupid brain probs wanted an excuse for screwing up today's math test. Get out of my brain. Oh, interesting. What will B remember me as? A friend, a weirdo, a liar? After all, he didn't really know me. Like, really know me. No one did. I had to put on so many masks just to survive high school. The me that B knew was just layers and layers of fabricated image. Like an onion, donkey. I could never take them off. I couldn't let anyone see how vulnerable I was. I would have been eaten alive. Worse, B would have left me completely. Even when the fragile layers were off, I couldn't take them off. So, that's all I did. Cover up the holes before anyone could peek through. Cover them up. Don't let them see my face. Find the lies. Oh. What's counting down? There. Oil and cool. September 11th, 2006. I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I didn't know the voice was aimed at me, but my heart was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had told me. Brian had to tap me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? I saw you going in and out of the library, he said with buttery voice. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I come here from time to time too, to get the stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read, and since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled up from the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's books are good enough to get you started. 'Cause boys like any story with blood and breaking bones, right? Oh god. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said, see you later, at some point, and I said, yeah, see ya. Misery. Real nice, Sam. If Brian didn't know you were a weirdo, he does now. What I did for B. All of them, because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the only one who truly cared. But B didn't even appreciate the things I've done for him. I never wanted a drama. I wanted a poem like life. A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one else gets it, as long as B does. I hope B remembers our own little world. Even if you forgot about it, I made him a map so he could find his way back. And I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Let's go back to our small world where all your favorite places are forever, etched in my heart. Oh, great. September 16th, 2006. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I went there. I went there because Brian took me there. What? It all happened so fast. I was outside the yard, reading, when Brian appeared out of nowhere again. He said, hey. He started telling me how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life. And since he was heading out, he offered me to give me a tour of the town. 10 minutes later, we were passing Joe's Diner, home of the world-famous pancakes. Says Brian. There was also an arcade across the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place, unlike the music store, which according to him seriously needs to restock. I found my own POI, a bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side though. At the end of the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped out of the window. I could see the weird gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm room. Brian revealed that he had a secret base of some kind there. He jokingly said he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet up with his friends. I was exhausted, but hyped up beyond my limits. Can't sleep. How can I when the whole day just feels like a dream? There's the last heart. There's the last heart. Bloody hearts. I miss Morning Dew Donut Shop. B never shut up about its donuts. They did taste sweet, just like B's heart. Each bite was another memory to savor. But just like a donut, it had an expiration date. It turned cold and bitter. I miss its warmth. I miss its sweetness. I need it. I need to eat it up. I miss its warmth. Let's put it in the microwave. Raw dog it in the microwave. No plate or nothing. Well then. That goes here. What is this? September 25th, 2006. The golems just obliterated the hammerheads today. I now know why they say Brian and Kyle are more than buds. I would have called them an awesome duo too if only Kyle wasn't a butt face. I mean, the guy has his name tattooed on his arm. Call me old-fashioned, but I think he should go to a hospital and get that ego checked out, because it must be swollen huge. At least he leaves me alone other than giving me that creepy stare when I pass by. I understand how Stacy can't keep hanging out with him, but Brian? They do say we sometimes become friends with those who are at the opposite ends. So maybe it's not such a weird thing. For me, the real win was the photos I took of Brian. Watch out for Sam Holt, the rising teenage stalker. Well, that appears to be true. Breaking the Polaroid camera I bought years ago during my camera geek phase seems like a good idea now. Sigh. I know I promised myself to stay away from people, stay away from the drama, but when I look at Brian, he talks to me. It feels like maybe, just maybe, it's okay to have a little drama for myself. I'm not ready to define what this feeling is, but for now, I'm going to label it as looking for a shoulder to cry on, and just shove it under my bed, just like the pictures I took today. I hated every moment I was not with B. I was helpless. Every day I wanted to call him just so we could chat, but I was afraid of what Brian would think of it. It could even hurt his reputation. When I finally worked up the nerve to call, all I could do was listen to him say, "Hello?" That was as far as our late night phone call chit-chat could go. I hung up, wondering if he knew who was on the other end of the line. I remember the strong burning sensation that came after every time I called him. That red, fiery sensation. Red. Well, grab the marker, bestie. Never mind. Super red. Red everywhere. Sam, Brian, SB, SB, Sam, Brian, Sam, Brian. It's like the Superman logo. Finish what you started. We get the maca. Yes. Oh. Oh my. That was a person. Well, they everywhere. Oh. Open my window. I cannot close it. But I see someone there. I see standing there. Yep. Knew it. I knew it, bestie. The woods? Let me guess. Brian was dared to come talk to Sam. And he actually started to like her. Or, she started to like him. But the whole thing was just a little jokey joke. So they lured her out to the little cliff thing here. And then Bestie pushed her. It was all part of his plan. September 28th, 2006. Due date for Miss Lasley's book report is right around the corner. And I'm still not finished. Only if I wasn't too disturbed. Normally I wouldn't bother reading a teen romance story, but for some reason, I thought, hey, why not? The premise for Mingled itself is pretty generic. Jenny has a huge crush on her childhood friend Michael, but she can't get Michael to think of her as more than just friends. She reaches a conclusion that it's because of all those girls around him, so she starts making a list of all the basic girls who also have a crush on Michael. What she's planning to do with the list is yet to be revealed. She's gonna murder them, bestie. She's gonna murder them. No, I don't know. That's what I would put if I was writing that book. If I can finish reading the book by tomorrow, I'll be able to finish the report with enough time for a revise. P.S. I wonder how Brian is doing with his assignments. Why am I interested? Because he's been asking me for help with some of his works, and I gladly agreed to. Because by helping Brian focus on his practices so he can bring trophies to our beloved school, it becomes safe to say I'm taking part in a bigger cause. Not like I'm doing this for personal reasons, right? Not like I'm doing this. I wanted so bad to be close to Brian. So close, I can peep to his beautiful head. So close, I can just lean into him and tell him my deepest desires. You. So close that I can whisper, don't leave me. Don't go away. Don't smile for others. Don't look away. Can I look away? I'm looking away. Oh. Bestie. You was for real when you said don't look away. It's Marionette. Okay, thank you. That was kind of rude. Anyways, October 6th, 2006. Stacy invited everyone to the late post-Victorian party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me this at the hallway herself. The sudden act of courtesy was enough to leave me frozen. But to think of it, a self-conscious beauty queen like Stacy would love showing off how tolerant she could be. I'd prefer celebrating quietly in my room, but since the party is practically being held for Brian, I thought it would be sort of rude for me not to be there. He was nothing but nice to me since I met him, so the least I could do is show up. Plus, I could probably witness the face Stacy makes when she sees I actually had the nerve to show up. Maybe, just maybe, I could even make her mad if I managed to strike a conversation with Brian. And Omega hanging out with an alpha, Cal would be busy comforting Stacy, fuming about how I messed up her ecosystem. No peer pressure, Sam. Just clean drinks and hopefully some casual talk with Brian. What could possibly go wrong? A lot of things, girly. A lot of things. Like staring into closed eyes, I could never know if B knew I was looking at him. Did he even know I was there? Maybe he knew but simply didn't care. The only thing looking back is my decaying sanity. I wanted to look away so much, but what's the point when the stench is still there? You know what? I bet that Stacy girl was actually nice, and there's nothing wrong with her. And this Sam girl just got this twisted idea in her head of like how they be acting, but I bet they're actually sweet. I started to think the only way to get B's attention was to throw myself off Colton Hill. Ooh, foreshadowing? How did I come so low? All I wanted was a chance to show how I feel about B without any noise getting in the way. No matter what happens next, it would at least give me some sort of closure and peace. Brian was super likable. Everyone liked everything about him. They couldn't stop smiling when Brian started talking. They made me want to puke. They smile as if their relationships with Brian mean anything, and yet I was the only one left with a broken heart when he left Rosen Peak. B was so determined about leaving that being a star player wasn't enough for him. B needed to be a model student. Nothing says pick me to college admission like a spotless student record. I mean, he can't just shake up my whole world and leave. Is that the door? What's going on? Oh, it's these. What is this? What's in here? October 7th, 2006. Oh man, everything's gone wrong. All my senses are screaming in pain. I don't even remember drinking any booze. The pain only escalated the moment Brian texted me. You feeling okay? No, I was not okay. And why is Brian asking me this? Did I do something to him? According to Brian, I went from being quiet to crazy, happy, and cute. His words, not mine. Real quick. I was so close to being the center of the party that he had to bring me back to the dorm. Why can't I remember any of them? Congrats, Sam. You've reached a new low in life. Is this it? Is this how I die? I sincerely asked Brian if there was a good place to kill myself. He said, maybe now is a good time to show you my secret hideout. Damn. Dang, he said yes, and let me show you how. Since I passed the test by showing the whole school a different me, is he seriously going to take me to his Colton Hill hideout? Tomorrow, I'm going to the so-called most romantic place in Rosen Peak with Brian. There's something in my head that's keeping me awake, and it's not hangover. Well, bestie, this seems like a bad idea. Suicide suspected in death of missing teenager. The girl of 17 who was found dead at Colton Hill likely ended her own life, police says. Sam Holt, a transfer student of Waywright Academy, has been reported missing for 6 days until Rosen Peak authorities discovered her body in the forest. Due to days of heavy rain around the time of her death, the investigation on Miss Holt's death faced a few challenges. However, interviews with the school faculty members and its students led to the possibility that she threw herself off the cliff of Colton Hill after months of rejection from her peers. She was rarely seen with others, says one of her former teachers. She was even publicly humiliated just before her disappearance. It must have worked as the tipping point for her. Rosen Peak police says the fall did not kill Sam instantly. It is possible she gasped for air through her broken neck before dying. Oh my. Waywright Academy now faces suspicion of neglecting its students, led by the mother of Miss Holt. That's unfortunate. Who's here? It's a bathroom. It's a bathroom. Now I am in the bathroom. No, I'm in a forest. I just know it was either Brian, Kyle, or Stacy. Or maybe she really did jump. But look, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna be pushed. Watch. Or is this someone who discovered her bag? Oh, see? I knew it. I knew it. So October 8th, 2006. OMG. Brian actually took me to Colton Hill. The hideout Brian mentioned had a wonderful view of the small town. The whole place under the golden sunset. The best part of this spot was that it is quite hidden and unsafe. That's the best part? Okay then. You could easily roll down the hill if you are careless or drunk, and no one could find you for days. How awesome is that? Being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident though. We sat there for less than an hour, but it felt like an eternity. I can't even remember what we talked about. I do remember saying how beautiful Rosen Peak is, and Brian being all meh about it. I guess you can get fed up with views like this too. Today's only regret is that I failed to bring the true essence of the hill's view back with me. There's a reason why I gave up photography as a hobby in the first place. At least the close-up shot of Brian was not half as bad. When I came back down from the hill, it became clear that my life just became a bit more messed up now. I know, because I really want to talk to Brian again soon. Help me get to sleep quickly today, diary. Love, Sam. Girl, you struggling. Brian's secret hideout. A closed Colton Hill hiking route, discovered by himself so he can hide from the world around him. Not a flashy place, but it had a great view. All the life's problems. Colton Hill, our sanctuary, and that's the face from Garten of Banban. That's literally the face from Garten of Banban. I wished it could be our special place. Ours and ours only. Colton Hill's nothing but a rock pile of blood-soaked memories now. Why did he have to break my heart? Was I just one of his many friends? To be honest, yeah. I think you got a little too invested, girly. Maybe that's it. That's why he wanted to leave even after I told him we won't be together anymore. Thought he was too good for Rosen Peak. And me. To him, I was just a background in his picture. Where's the camera? I can hear it. Oh, you don't deserve a face. Well, I don't have one. October 10th, 2006. The book report finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking. Rude? Okay, I can't read this, bestie. I literally can't read this. Photos being taken, flashing, lights, yes. Lots of pictures on the— oh, she's a stalker. Let me out of here, bestie. Hope you remember how to take pictures. You know I do. October 10th, 2006. The book report was finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking about Mingled, mostly because my stupid brain thinks I'm sort of like the main character, Jenny. To summarize the rest of the book, Jenny goes on this jealousy-fueled sabotage rampage on every girl who has a crush on Michael. I know it sounds horrible without context, but it's actually kind of cute. Is it, girl? Is it? That's interesting. She finally stands on top, but Michael finds out what she's done. He breaks Jenny's heart, saying he can't be sure of who she is anymore. Things work out in the end. That's not why I sympathize with the dorky psycho girl. Brian is just like Michael, popular, has killer biceps, busy hanging out with people. I can't see what he wants because of all the noise around him. I know he wants to go to college, but what about beyond the boring stuff? What kind of person does he like? What does he think about me? What does he think about me? He told me about his mom, how she died of cancer last year. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone who's depending on him. I sometimes feel like he can't see me because he's so busy trying to meet everyone's expectations. I know how those around us can be hurtful, and it's dangerous to rely on them so much. I just wish I could tell Brian one day that I'm here for him. Brian got what he wanted in the end. He left Rosen Peak as soon as he was given the chance. As for me, I was left to suffocate in the hole of tainted memories until I drowned my own endless nightmare. Don't leave me! Every day, every night, I'm surrounded by whispers. Whispers that lie, whispers that eat away my brain piece by piece, no matter how hard I try to. Oh god, I hear them again. Oh. Are you in a healthy relationship? Take this quick survey to find out. One must take as much as one gives. Yeah. Obsession is a form of stronger love. Girly pop, no. No one can have what you can't. I mean... Sure. B never loved you. Girl, I think he, 'cause you are selfish. Yeah, I am. All your problems are caused by you. True that. It's all your fault. Don't stalking it, girl. Results are in. It looks like you still have your eyes closed shut. Then keep them shut. How long will you last this time? Oh, hello? I hear you breathing, bestie. It's getting worse. This town left a disgusting crack on my heart. October 13th, 2006. Miss Lasley gave us an easy poetry assignment for once. She said it's okay to make a parody of the classics as long as we stick to the ABCB rhyme. So I took the liberty of letting my imagination go ABC berserk. Here's a slight taste of my early works. Roses are red, violets are blue. My life would have sucked if it wasn't for you. Call me Shakespeare. Wait, was it Holspeare? I could have waited for Brian to ask for my help with homework again, but I decided to make the first move this time. And guess what? He said he can handle it alone. Call me paranoid, but I'm worried I might have hurt Brian's pride. That's what happens when Sam opens her idiot mouth or uses her idiot brain. P.S. I decided to carry my diary in my bag. The doors in the girls' dorm are way too easy to open. Not as easy as Stacy's though, if you know what I mean. Ooh, okay. I even saw one of the girls using a notepad to crack her door open. Besides, I have this weird hunch someone's been reading my diary. I've decided to not ignore this hunch. I bet Stacy's been reading it, girl. Just a feeling. And it's getting bigger and bigger. The voices I hear from under the crack are getting louder. I see more and more eyes staring at me through the gap. When I ran out of places to run, I had only one solution. Now my memories are scattered all over the dark, and I must look for them in the dark. Oh, great, girl. Oh. They keep me so warm. Oh, she is a stalker, girly. How many for them? I cherish your smile in the bathroom. Oh, not the shower. Oh, he was right there. I indulge your gaze. Let's see. I have to make the poem. I cherish your smile. I indulge in your gaze. They keep me so warm. Like endless sun rays. October 20th, 2006. With Brian preparing for a rematch with the Hammerheads, I once again gladly gave him a hand with the non-important homework stuff. I must say, the teachers here don't give their poor students a break just because the test is over. It's not like I'm burdened with helping out, but Brian is really trying hard to get good grades. From what I heard, he doesn't have much to worry about going to college since he's practically a local football star. Maybe his pushy police chief dad raised him to be an overachiever. It's funny how a model athlete like Brian got friends like Kyle who always find an excuse to pull him out of school. It's unfair, really. As long as you are a sports star, you'll end up with people like him, no matter how nice a person you are. I don't speak with Kyle much, but I don't need a conversation to know what he's like. First of all, his girlfriend is friggin' Stacy Lannings. The stare he gives me when I pass by is enough to creep me out for the whole day. I would be lucky if Stacy didn't come along and start yapping about how Brian is out of my league. She has Kyle to play with, so why would she even care? Like, ask your boyfriend out for a drive. Jeez. Have a nice life with him so Brian can stay out of the poison he does not deserve. Oh, not again, bestie. Thanks for turning the lights on. Oh, that is me. Okay. Somebody's calling me. I can hear you breathing. Yeah, so bestie, I'm trying to do something here. I'm literally trying to do something. Oh my. This sounds like a clicker. Where's that coming from? Oh, nice. Green Heart College. Discover your potential with early admission program. We are waiting for anyone who's ready to take the next step. Apply now. Oh. Girl, it's not his fault. Oh. That's... I literally can't see where I'm going. Oh. What happened? Did I go into the stall? Don't chicken out. This is for be careful. Press it. Do it. Oh. He saw. He knows you're here. Bestie. He saw the flash. Where are you going? Girl, you're gonna make me work for it. Oh, nar. Not you again. I wear a mask with a smile. Every time we're back here, it just looks messier and messier. October 23rd, 2006. There was a consulting session for Greenheart College student programs at the gym today. I've seen its posters all over the school since the day I arrived. I had nothing better to do, so I decided to give a visit and spend my precious after-school time reading brochures. And once again, just like at the library, I was surprised to see Brian there. He was at the early decision program booth. I wanted to talk to him, but instead I ran from my room, jumped into my bed, and out of nowhere, tears started to drop. I bet it was because of those stupid hearts. Yep, I saw those hearts again. Now they were on the gym walls too. At first, I thought whoever drew them must be very insecure about the relationship. But the truth is that I wish I had a relationship to be insecure about too. Deep down, I know I want my own hearts on the walls too. But seeing Brian at the college booth felt like finally getting punched by reality. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a couple of years. I thought of staying here at Rosen Peak, but with Brian preparing to leave, there's just no point to it. No, Brian. No hearts on the wall. God, it's like my brain's creating a storm. I'm just gonna lie down for a bit. Hopefully I'll wake up next week. I wake up without waking up. Same rainy night, my lifeless room, endless nightmare. My life is nothing but a repetition of waking up with nothing to live for. Not even a false hope to look forward to this time. A long time ago, when I finally got to accept my feelings for Brian, I thought everything was going to change. But every day was still just like every day. He was still a school star, and I was still just his friend. When you live in Rosen Peak, people expect things to stay the same. If anything changed between us, it could ruin me and everything around him. So that's how it went. Nothing changed when my whole world burned. I kept telling myself maybe after graduation I'll be able to express my feelings for him. I let the fire in my heart eat through my soul and body. I called myself a coward, but I choose to keep what little I had to enjoy. I was a poor kid crawled up in bed. Poor? Do I really deserve a charity title? Am I really the victim of all this? Who is here to judge me anyway? It's all over. Everyone left me. So why do I feel like I'm being chased? Like someone's always watching me? Like someone's always trying to judge me? How did the invite go? She in or not? Oh, she's coming. Dorks like her can't say no to parties like this. Sweet. Time to give her the drama she wants so bad. Okay, so someone saw her journal. They know she wants drama. They're gonna do something to her. It's because of her, the moment she came into our lives, what little I had to enjoy started to crumble. Maybe I'm playing as Stacy and Stacy's the stalker. November 2nd, 2006. I know I used half of this diary writing about Stacy being a booty, but now she's just unstable. It wasn't even post the first class when I saw her arguing like crazy with Kyle. Heard her shouting something like, "I'm done doing things for you," before storming away. Then she saw me. I was her next target. She strutted towards me and said, "This is all your fault. Why don't you go back to San Diego?" Whoa, what did I do? She was off before I could even open my mouth. I turned to Kyle for answers, but he was gone too. Come to think of it, I rarely saw them hanging out recently, but I didn't know things were this intense. Brian's been acting weird too, though. He hasn't talked to me much recently. He even looks somewhat more upset than usual. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but he cut me short asking if I called him last night again. All I could give was a blank face until Brian said, "Never mind," and walked away. He knows it's you, girl. He knows you're weird. He said, "Called him last night again?" He knows you call and hang up. Don't be creepy. Come on. What was that about? What did he mean by again? Calling him in the middle of the night for no reason is something I've dreamed of, but that doesn't mean I actually did it. What is going on? Girl, I think you did do it. A city girl just asking to become an outsider. That was all she was to me. Heck, that was all she was to everyone. But then, I saw them talking at the library. I couldn't see clearly, but I could tell what was going on. He was making her smile. It was another smile taunting my feelings for B. No one would ever know what kind of emotions I was hit with at that moment. A change was happening, and I didn't like it at all. Stacy didn't like it either. She could never stand letting an easy social praise slip away from her. Naturally, Stacy took a peek into her diary one day. She took pictures of some of the entries and sent them to me and her gang. She wanted everyone to join her twisted and childish game. Okay, so this is a friend of Stacy's. Or is this Kyle? Does Kyle have a crush on B? Ooh, T? Bummer. Was hoping to do nasty stuff to her drunk self. Still can't believe Brian had to take her away like that. Well, people like Sam do tend to make some people feel sorry. She did mention something about her dad in her diary. Bet she has some nasty daddy issues too. I know. How about we show everyone how needy she can be? Sounds fun, but how? Leave it to me. Just keep reading her diary once in a while. Okay, so Kyle definitely got a crush on B. Hello? Or nor. Oh. What does it say? Ah. I wear a mask with a smile. November 6th, 2006. What the heck is going on? I don't even know how to describe what happened this morning. This is so messed up. My hands are shaking again. It started when I opened my locker and something poured out. For a few seconds, my brain was cut off from whatever was happening. When I finally looked down, there were dozens of pictures scattered on the hallway floor. All of them were pictures of Brian with gibberish written on them. The whole school was at the hall. They looked at the pictures, then at me, then at the pictures. Brian was there too. The face he gave me. The face of disgust. He turned away and left. He didn't even say anything. I tried to chase him, say something, anything to him, but the floor started spinning and people started whispering like they knew what was going on. The air soon began to choke my throat. I swept what was on the floor and ran off to class, of course. Stacy must have something to do with this. I looked for her. She was nowhere to be found. The rest of the day was about nothing but avoiding eye contact with anyone. I can't sleep. Brian's not answering any of my texts. There's no one to talk to. Huh. B kept saying nothing was going on between them, but I wasn't about to just believe everything was just fine. How could you? Lies, 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 lies. T? In my eyes, Sam was using Brian to fill her sad, empty life. I couldn't let that happen. She wanted drama she didn't deserve. She deserves nothing. She doesn't get to barge in and start stealing the life I've only dreamed of. Okay. Stacy kept doing what she does best, digging into others' secrets. She sent pictures of her diary pages to me. That's how I found out about their little trip to Colton Hill. It was our hideout since first year of high school, and her presence turned it into nothing. How could B do this to us? The only way to break them apart was to show Brian what a creep she was. I kept reading the disgusting words she wrote on her diary. At the same time, I felt something, a reminder of how I felt when I fell for B, how it felt so right and terribly wrong. Screaming into my pillow never helped with making the feelings go away. Did you find the diary yet? Babe, I think you're taking this too seriously. Did you find it or not? I think she knows I'm sneaking into her room. I can't find it anywhere. Babe, don't you think you're too obsessed with breaking them up? You're bailing on me now? Forget it. Please, babe. Maybe Brian doesn't even like the girl. I said forget it! I'm so tired! So tired. November 7th, 2006. The school counselor called me today. Mr. Ferns asked if the rumors were true. Rumors that I've been leaving heart drawings all over school. Rumors that I've been stalking Brian. At this point, the whole school must be out of its mind. I didn't even know the letters in the heart spelled S and B. And what, just because the initials are S and B, suddenly every name that starts with them are either Sam or Brian? And guess what? Even crazier words are on the streets. Sam Holt, the daughter of an offender, craves forbidden love. How on earth did Stacy find out about Dad? Why would she do so much to mess up my life? And where is she? Is she... You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for Brian to listen to me. I'm tired of looking for words that describe this messed up situation. I can't believe I have to go through this again, so far from home, and so soon. Brian, please. Please say something. Then I remembered she wrote something about her dad. It must have had something to do with her existence in my life. I started digging. It wasn't even a challenge. Keith Holt arrested for assaulting a teenager. It was beautiful. I found the perfect ending. All I had to do next was fill in the rest of the story. Sam Holt calls Brian from the payphone in the middle of the night and silently listens to his voice. How did Sam's dad even get married? He likes little girls, doesn't he? Maybe Sam's mom used to be the pervert's victim. Sam Holt takes Brian's picture and keeps them hidden in her locker. That Sam girl's got some balls. Everyone's talking about her pervy dad, and she's still showing up to class. Respect. Dang, it's not her fault. Sam Holt draws hearts all over the school to let others know Brian is hers. OMG, how could Sam Holt not kill herself? If my dad went on the news for touching teens, that's bye-bye world for me, lol. A needy city girl with a huge hole to fill, a hole left by her sweet old daddy. She was just a disaster waiting to happen. No one, even Brian, would think otherwise. I made all of the preparations while Stacy spread the rumors I created. It wasn't easy. I almost got caught taking a picture of Brian using the restroom, but I kept going. Every picture I took was a love confession I could never make. Every heart I drew was my sacrifice for him. When enough suspicion piled up on Sam, I stuffed all the pictures I took into her locker. It was a happy coincidence that B was there to see the spectacular unfold when it happened. It was over. Things were about to turn back to normal, and then Stacy's drama-filled head exploded. Oh. Hide? Okay. Okay, I know where to go, bestie. Maybe you can run forever. Maybe you'll be able to live again. Open. JK, you're gonna die. I'm done watching you get away with what you've done to me. Did you really think I wouldn't find out what's going on? I know you've been using me to break Sam and Brian apart so you can have some fun with her. Well, I had my share of fun when I told Brian what you've been doing. You should have seen the face he made when I got to tell the part about you drawing those hearts all over school. Hope that you enjoy your happy life now that there's no Brian to get in your way. Oh, by the way, I saw you staring at the college poster. What? Did you like the girl in the poster too? Is it why you tore her face off? You need help, and don't bother calling me Stacy. Okay, period, girl. You tell him. You tell him. Please, man, Stacy got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. It's a meaningless prank, that's all. Please, B, don't do this. Text me back, please. He ain't gonna text you back, bruh. The day Stacy told Brian was the last day he talked to me. He was so angry at me. He would never understand what I did for him. Typical. So typical. Again, I was left alone to suffer. This time, someone had to pay for it. Ooh. Kay. Kyle. Sam. Meet me at Colton Hill. Sam, meet me at Colton Hill. You know where to find me, Brian. That's kind of messed up, bruh. Well, could she not tell his handwriting? Like, just being for real. Oh, something is coming. Oh. Well. What was that you was holding, girl? Why would you go there in the middle of the night, bestie? And after everything going on, I would text Brian, be like, did you invite me to the hill? But after everything, he should have, like, gone up to her, waiting for someone. Kyle, what are you doing here? Ooh. You can't just stay away from him, can you? You know you don't deserve him. Uh-oh. Girl, why are you standing at the edge? I don't know what you're talking about. Our lives are ruined because of you. Hey, don't come any... Why Why was you standing at the edge? Pause. Wait, you know the note is in there, so he's gonna grab the bag. Is he gonna fall? Stick. The stick that he used to get the bag. Oh! There was her last breath. So he got the bag. He gon' set on fire. Are they not gonna be like, hey? Oh, he's just burning the note. Sam's property, keep out. All the journal entries. He gonna burn it too. And they're going, yeah, are they not gonna wonder where her bag is? Or they're just gonna think it's lost with everything else? Okay. We out here? It was an accident. I never meant to kill her. Or maybe I did. Did I? But does it matter now? Did any of what I did matter? I left the team soon after what happened at Colton. After that, the school. From what I've heard, Brian easily got accepted. He's been growing the idea of leaving Rosen Peak since his mom died. Living alone with his obnoxious dad didn't help much with being attached to his hometown. He kept this plan mostly a secret. He hated the attention he was getting as a star who lost his mom. If people found out his plan, they surely would be talking about it too. But he did hint about leaving, and I tried so hard to ignore what it meant for me. Even those college posters all over the school were laughing at me. They were making fun of my impending doom. They were all saying, haha, you see? You're gonna die alone here. Maybe I knew that Bea took an interest in Sam because she was just a clueless new girl who was lonely enough to do anything for any guy who was nice to her. But jealousy is a strong creature. It quickly devoured my mind. Soon, anger took control of me. And I just needed someone to be mad at other than Brian. Even after he left me, anger stayed. It still haunts me in my sleep. And every time I open my eyes, it just gets worse. And again, it's time to wake up. But wake up for what? To be greeted by the fact that I must start running around in circles again? That I must stick needles into my body so I can forget my past for a few minutes? It's just like that story Miss Lasley once told us about, the shortest horror story in the world. The last man on Earth heard a knock on the door. I'm alone in my room. I'm alone in this world. There's someone knocking on the door. I don't know who it is, but I keep the door locked. No one comes in, no one goes out. I'm so tired. I just want it to end. Let's just wake up. Let's just open the door. I don't care who or what's waiting for me. But what about my diary? The one I've been keeping to remind myself of how I'm the victim of everything that's happened. I don't know what I would do without it. What will keep me from going insane? So, here comes the big question. Should I keep it? Bessie, yes, it's evidence. Whatever. I'm not giving up the only thing that's left for me. Nothing's my fault. I'm not letting go of anything ever again. Just turn off the lights, go to bed. Maybe everything will be better tomorrow. Okay. Well. Oh, okay. Good morning, bestie. Are you in purgatory? Oh. You gon' get got. You gon' get got. Okay, and that was it. That was Love Sam. Twist at the end there. I thought that maybe it was Stacy who liked Brian, but no, it was Kyle the whole time. Kyle was the one. He got rid of Sam. But you know what? Why was Sam standing at the edge, girl? You should have ran. Also, do not go to creepy places at night when you're invited on a letter without asking the person if they invited you first. How about that? Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this spooky game on the spookiest night of the year and the best night of the year. Heck yes. Halloween, top tier day, top day, best day. So, again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me, especially on my favorite day of the year. And on that note, happy Halloween, and I hope you have the spookiest day and night, and tell me all about your Halloween. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!